In my case, the narcissist is constantly surveilling me, and they're always fishing for information and listening to me from another room. It's creepy behavior, 100%. A lot of times trying to have that control and manipulation over you. Just waking in the morning, the highlight reel starts of all the shitty memories. Yeah, a lot of that is going to keep invading your mind until we help you rewire it. Like until you get to the place that when you wake up, you don't actually have that pull. You don't have, the reel of all the shitty memories, like you just said. Like you don't have those going back and forth inside your mind because you know the truth. And not just the truth. Like a lot of people, like they know logically they're in a bad relationship, right? Like you wouldn't be here if you're just like logic fixes it and then I get out. Okay. There's a different level of actually connecting the head knowledge to the heart knowledge. Because otherwise it's like misfiring. And you go to a therapist and you go to different people, they're like, repeat these mantras, do these things. Well, you know better. We'll just leave all this stuff. And it doesn't actually do any good. It doesn't help because it's not actually connecting. It's not connecting the mind and the heart of what's actually going on because there's a lot of feelings involved. There's a lot of emotions involved. There's a lot of stories that are selling you a different reality. Okay? Until you actually do this, it will not actually help you get free. So check the link out in the bio, escapetoxicity.com. I had to detach emotionally to move on, 100%. Like you have to be able to walk it back and be able to see, okay, what is the truth of the situation? What is actually real? Sometimes the most loving thing you can do to someone that you love is to leave them because it's still killing you on the inside. It's still hurting you because of this person abusing you over and over and over again. Like you have to be able to start that process of detaching. Sometimes that process is like writing things down. Saw someone earlier today and they had like 80, 90 things written down of like, this is how this person abused me. And that was her way of helping to jar her back to reality of like, okay, like I'm not going back because of this. Like I'm not going to entertain this option because of this, because he's still this way. This is still showing up this way. So it's important for you to be understand, like you have to be able to get back to this place of rewiring your mindset. Otherwise, you will continue to sell yourself on an alternate version of reality. He admitted to being a narcissist and then took it back. Yeah. A lot of times you'll see a narcissist like slip it up. Or you'll see a narcissist actually admit for a minute and then pull back because they start to realize the depth of what they just said. That puts them at fault. That puts them as being the abuser. Like all this different piece of like, whoops, nope, I can't actually admit to that. I can't actually own up to that. So I have to run away from it. Why do they guilt shame after you leave? Why do they have guilt and shame, or why do they guilt and shame you? A lot of the smear campaign is trying to make themselves look better and make themselves look better and make you feel worse. Can I sign up in September? For what? The 7-day challenge, I'd say just sign up now. It's $7 and you have lifetime access. Like just start your healing. If you're waiting all the way to September, that is a long time to be able to wait to start your healing. Writing things down is huge. I have several journals for years and it helps, but I still haven't left. Elizabeth, then we need to start talking about the story that you're believing. Okay? Because just the knowledge isn't enough to get you free. Just knowing isn't enough to get you free. It's hard to leave. It's like an addiction, 100%. It's like an addiction. Until we actually get down below the surface and change the why underneath, it's not going to change. It's like telling a drunk, like, hey, don't drink anything, and you keep taking them to a bar. Like, it's not going to help until it actually rewires the mindset. They're like, no, I actually don't want to go to the bar anymore because I don't want to be in that situation because that's no longer who I am. But a lot of times people want to go to do the same things over and over and over again. So it's a one-time payment, $7. The 7-day challenge is $7. That's it. Do they try to put you in a hard position so you go back to them after leaving? Yes, 100%. Okay. My ex tried to put a restraining order on me after I told him I filed for divorce. The judge didn't grant him one, but granted me one. Why would he do that? To try to get ahead of the story so he looked better. That's it. I've moved out 3 times to come back, relapsing constantly. It's so hard. Elizabeth, reach out for help. We'll work with a lot of people that are stuck in the relationship because until you actually rewire your mindset, you'll never leave. Or when you leave, you'll still come back. I struggle to understand adults who knowingly put up with a narcissistic relationship. I'm sure my dad was a narcissist. I never had any chance with him. And I've come across several narcissistic bosses. A lot of times people will stay in narcissistic relationships because, one, they don't know who they are because the narcissist already broke them down so much, or they don't know what is actually like real or what is actually true. Will narcissists change when they find the love of their life? No, it's a lie. Where do I sign up? Link is in the bio. You can click the link in the bio or go to escapetoxicity.com. All the links in bio have it. I blocked my ex on socials, but he keeps looking at family member socials. Why? It could be a piece of like power and control of like, I want to know what they're doing. I want to look as a way to like triangulate or even like bring them in as a flying monkey. We put the narcissist out and now he is stalking my sons and I. Yeah, definitely go for like a restraining order. Start to work on that. How does mirroring you create that spiritual connection? I don't understand. I wouldn't necessarily say mirroring creates a spiritual connection. Mirroring just creates a connection. Like if I mirror you, sometimes people talk about it this way. Like if I mirror you of like what you like, then you fall in love with a version of you, and that's why you stick with that person a little bit longer. That's like a piece of it. Sometimes just like mirroring is like throwing it back, into another person. Like throwing like, oh, like this is like you feel this way, I feel this way. And it's like, no, you don't. But he's trying to be able to put that back on you. I want to do the 45-day now. The 7-day was amazing. Oh, awesome. Laura, that's great to be able to hear. Yeah, you can do the 7-day. It's just claritychallenge.net. Or if you have any issues, because we've been adjusting websites, just message me. He still wears clothes. I bought him. He must be completely over me. If he's a narcissist, he didn't really care about you. So it's not that he's completely over you, because that would imply that he was stuck on you or loved you so much that he was willing to care about you when he actually didn't, because he walked away. Okay. If you know what you're dealing with and you continue to put up with it, it's your choice. You have to take time and responsibility. So you don't really understand completely the trauma bond, because that's kind of a callous response. If you know what you're putting up with it and you need to get out, yeah, there's a piece of that. But until you rewire your mindset, a lot of times people will stay stuck. Like think of it this way. A lot of addicts know that it's a bad thing and they want to get out, but they don't get out because it should be easy, right? Just stop doing it. It doesn't work like that. So be careful just coming across a little callous in that. If you know what you're dealing with and it's your fault, like there's also like levels of like, you have to be able to break an addiction. If you can't break the addiction, you're still going to stay stuck. Rewire the mindset. I can get a lot of that. 100%. That's what we focus on, is helping people teach like this formula of understanding how you rewire your mindset every single day. We do it inside the Clarity Challenge. We break it down like piece by piece by piece inside the Thriver community. It's a daily process that we use called stacking. It's helping people actually access like the clarity and confidence of who they are in the direction they're actually going. My husband is telling me that he will make divorce as miserable as possible. How should I react? It's probably telling the truth. I would go through it as best you can, but a lot of narcissists do make it really difficult. I know he's a narcissist and he doesn't seem to care about me, but he does seem to truly care about his children. That's because his children make him look good, or they're at the age where they don't actually understand how toxic he is. Okay. They can only control you if you're weak or inexperienced. So no, that's not true. There's a lot of strong, powerful people that are being controlled by narcissists, because the narcissist actually doesn't control you. They don't. Stories you tell yourself control. Just like your image, the person that you view yourself to be is made up of your opinions of what other people think of you. That's it. The story you tell yourself is completely different.